What's going on, boys? Welcome back. B-Cut, back in the building. Yes, is it the end of the year? Holidays just happened. Christmas just happened. We're looking forward to a new year. I'm going to be in a wedding on New Year's night. It's going to be a fun, festive evening. I got my boy Josh Beezy Byers here in studio with me, as always, my right-hand man, the man who makes the world go round for me because he's keeping me on my toes most of the time with the MMA news. I like to think that I am the hammer, but he is the perfectly placed nail. He's the one that's driving home the points, always brings the stuff. But I want to shout out to our new, no problem, buddy. You know you help the world go round for us. I mean, there wouldn't be a B cut without a Josh Beezy Byers.
Hey, let's do it.
Let's do it, baby. I want to welcome in a brand new producer. We got a lot of cool things going on for B cut right now.
It's been in the works for months.
Yes,
Yep.
We've had some things in the works. I want to welcome in our new producer, Michael Darcy. You guys might also know him by another name on Twitter, the Kansas City Sports Report, because he's out there winding and grinding all year, covering everything football, Chiefs aspects, Chiefs football, KU sometimes a little bit, not so much on the KU stuff, but he's a big Ochai Agbaji fan.
Me as
Big
well.
time Ochai Agbaji fan. So is Joshua. But yes, so B-Cut, I know we've done, we kind of been in and out all year. We've had quite a few things behind the scenes going on. Possible name change coming up. New studio in the works. All brand new cameras. Looking to get things funkadelic for the upcoming show. All of that will be eventually released to you guys. But
It's already released.
We wanted to say, hey, what's going on? What's up? We're back. Wanted to give an end of the year. I don't know if you really want to say this is a review show or is this a preview show for 2022, Josh?
I think it's both. A lot of MMA shows this time of year are doing their award shows.
Awards, yes.
So we could talk about the year that was in MMA, which was probably the biggest year that MMA has ever had. Or we could talk about the year to come, which has already so many great fights booked, like 25 days. I can't stop thinking about Cyril Gane and Francis Ngannou. I thought I said Cyril Ngannou.
No,
but
you're all good.
No, I'm just excited for the year to come. I'm excited for Kansas City. I'm excited to talk to some fighters with this new setup, and this is what we've been working on. We wanted this kind of quality to kind of bring to the people, and then that way they can get to know fighters even better and actually, have better quality behind the content, which is all we could ask for from our side.
We really just wanted to step things up from what we have been doing. I mean, most of our stuff has been recorded on. Yeah, we've used a couple of microphones, but like really it's been used our computer webcams and our phone webcams. Well, now we got one. Not only just one, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4 brand new cameras that we are going to use to give you the ultimate dynamic MMA show. And I know I'm going into the nitty-gritty and the tech stuff. Not everybody cares about that. So let's get into some MMA talk.
Before that,
go ahead.
I just want to thank the fighters that came on for the pre-run of the show because we have an announcement that we did ink a deal with Sports Radio 810, and we are going to have our own MMA show. We got access to this beautiful equipment and this beautiful space. So thank you to all the MMA fighters that have came on so far, and we can't wait to talk to you again.
And thank you to 810 for allowing us to bring our beautiful content to their beautiful station where they have beautiful toys for us to play with.
Absolutely. Carry on, Blake.
All right. So getting into, I think we're going to do kind of a review and a preview show. Because if we're really looking at the year in review for the 2021 season, I guess if that's what you really want to call it, there's not really seasons in MMA. There's just 1 year, and that's what you do. It's not like it's kind of like in my opinion, it's kind of like hockey. I feel like hockey when they play the Stanley Cup, pretty much the next week they're getting ready for the season, and they play 2 weeks later. Like I know that's probably not right, but to me that's what it feels like.
Let's do this, Blake. Off the top of your head,
off top of the dome,
who's your fighter of the year? Who impressed
fighter
you
of
the most?
year?
It can be in any promotion. It doesn't have to be the UFC.
Doesn't have to be the UFC?
No.
Fighter of the year for me.
Jake Paul won't be accepted.
Oh. Okay, well, that was what it's going to be. Was Jake Paul. I think.
Okay.
Is that blasphemy on this show? Hell yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Hell yeah, it is. But the guy fought 4 times in a year. But you know what? We're not going to use
It's one
that.
of our,
Fighter
like,
of the year
highest
to me.
viewed
You know what?
videos.
Fighter of the year to me is actually I'm gonna tip my cap to the man that nobody wants to face in the ring right now, Khamzat Chimaev.
Oh,
That is the fighter of the year. Nobody wants to step into the ring with Khamzat Chimaev right now, and he is absolutely destroying people. What is it? 4 fights this year. Touched what, 4 times? I think he's got the lowest ever recorded strikes on body or strikes on person for a 4 or 5 fight span.
Well, he fought Yee Jin Liang and picked him up and told Dana White to get off his phone as he's holding him in the air. And said,
carried him to the other side of the ring and gently set him down so he could beat the brakes off the guy.
The guy doesn't get touched. I would like to see him get tested against the top 15 opponent at this point.
But as Dana White,
it's been ridiculous. Like I didn't have faith in Yee Jin Liang.
No, I did not
going into that fight. Not that he would make a statement.
But it was a solid fighter to throw at Khamzat, because you never know. Yee Jin Liang, good fighter, pretty well-rounded, just maybe not at the top of it. He's well-rounded, but not every part of his game is at the top. I'd say it's probably sitting at around 80 for everything. Like I said, pretty well-rounded, but Khamzat Chimaev is so deadly on the ground and in the stand-up. We've seen obviously a lot more ground and pound from him because he's pretty much he's a wet blanket, man. You can't get him off of you once he's on you.
It's true. I mean, a good choice last year, Blake, because he inked 3 wins in the UFC. This year he's got 1 win, and it was against Yee Jin Liang because he had the COVID kind of deal.
Oh, yes. I'm so sorry.
And then he had a wrestling bout with Jack Hermanson, who's a middleweight.
Who he also picked Jack Hermanson up and put him on the ground.
So technically 2 wins. Good choice. Not a bad choice, but you're still on the Kazmat train. He's 10-0.
I'm on the Kazmat train.
Me too.
Because I think the wins in which he's had are so dominating and so impressive that I'd love to see him face some higher quality talent. I don't want to say real talent because all of the guys he's faced are real talent.
Yeah, I would love to see him fight Neil Magny. I would love to see Neil Magny's
calling him out. He's the only fighter right now who's actually saying, "Hey, let me fight Khamzat Chimaev." He said, "Come on, baby, let's go."
Bilal's calling him out too, which I would love to see.
I would like to see Bilal. I'm gonna tell you what, though. He just dismantled Wonderboy Stephen Thompson, and he had probably one of the most impressive wins over Stephen Thompson that we've seen in maybe ever. I mean, he from start to finish, it was not close. I mean, it wasn't close. Yeah. He pretty much neutralized every part of Stephen's attack and then just took him down and manhandled him most of the fight. Now, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson's obviously a legend in the game.
He's a karate guy.
He's getting a little older. Still one of the nicest guys in the entire UFC roster.
To take away the gray hairs.
Switching it up.
He admitted that.
He started using a little touch of gray and shaved the side of his head, make himself look good.
What is it, Rogaine? Touch of gray?
No, Rogaine is to grow the hair back. Touch of gray is basically, it makes your hair a little darker, but it doesn't take away all the gray. I'm assuming that Touch of Gray is actually just a product that doesn't fully work as a hair recolorizer.
Isn't it a Rogaine product or no? No? Rogaine Touch of Gray? Maybe?
I think it's a Just for Men product.
Suave?
No.
Head and Shoulders?
No, I like where your head is at on all these heady products, but no, I don't think any of those are right.
What's the Palomalu one? Head and Shoulders.
Head and Shoulders. That's him and Patrick Mahomes.
Palomalu.
Troy. Yep. Patrick Mahomes. Yeah. That's what I thought. So yeah, no, but who's your fighter of the year? I would say I will hold on, because now I guess I thought that he had fought more times this year, and maybe it's just because I went back and he was a great choice last year. So
he was the fighter.
You know what?
Maybe the fighter of the year.
I'm gonna rethink my fighter of the year. I need you to tell me yours while I rethink, because I now pull that back.
Okay. Well,
can't fight one time in a year and expect to be the fighter of the year.
Yeah. I like you're on the Kazmat train. I'm also on the Hazmat train. We'd love to see it. Kazmat, Hazmat, Khabib, Habib. I don't know. We're trying to be smart here. We're trying to sound like we know what we're talking about
at this point.
But my fighter of the year, and shout out to Mike Owens Media for this, because he released a list of fighters that he had for his fighter of the year, and a lot of them were unsung heroes kind of guys. And I agree with his number one, because his number one fighter of the year was Ciryl Gane. Ciryl Gane is 3-0 in 2021, and I was so doubtful of Ciryl Gane. Is it Ciryl Gane? Oh God! Everyone's picking Usman. Everyone's picking Usman's easy answer.
No, it's not. I just don't. How is he the fighter of the
He
year?
dominated, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Who?
everybody.
Jorge Masvidal,
The
who
champ,
we knew
man.
he was going to dominate after the first time he dominated him.
No, it's Cyril Gahn because he had 3 wins against top competition. Rosenstrike, Alexander Volkov, and Derek Lewis.
3 very good opponents.
Very good wins, and now he's fighting Francis Ngannou for the title,
Okay.
which I believe nothing gets me more excited next year than that fight. Can you imagine? They just released the odds today for that fight. -112 versus -112. Francis Ngannou versus Cyril Gahn. Cyril Gahn is like a 6'8", 260, moves like a ballerina. Like, nobody is that
Like
big.
a gazelle.
Nobody is that big and moves like that fluid. And Francis Ngannou has like truck power. If you get touched by a punch, you're going out. So if like Cyril Gahn really made his name, I think, this year, and I'm fully on that hype train. I'm almost willing to put money on him against Ngannou.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see
I'm at that
ya.
point, yeah. I think, it would be, they have same level odds. I think Cyril Gahn is a fantastic fighter. He's nimble, like Jack the Quick. Blake's texting his
Not texting, I'm
dad.
researching. You brought your computer. I
Sorry.
left my computer at home somehow, so
You're good. You
gotta do my
you
stuff
gotta
on my
figure out
phone.
your fighter of the year. That's just the first question, buddy. We got
I know we got a long ways to go at this point.
It's
I'm
true.
thinking fighter of the year because there's so many people that I was impressed with, and maybe I'm just thinking at this point like there's a couple different awards we could do. We could do fighter of the year, just overall. We could do fight of the year, and we could do biggest upset
or
of the year,
biggest comeback.
biggest comeback.
So
best
MMA
knockout. We could do a lot of them.
MMAfighting.com. Their 2020 fighter of the year is Kumar Uzman, which is respectable. You don't want to.
I just don't
can't
like
knock
that.
choice.
Why
Kamaru
is it
Usman.
Kamaru Usman? Why? Somebody tell me why.
'Cause,
Who all did he beat this year?
Masvidal.
Masvidal, what, twice?
And
I guess
don't
he
know
did.
if it's the same
He
year.
did beat Covington though.
Beat Covington.
Somebody he's already beaten. So he beat 2 guys he's already beat before. Does that really give you the qualifications for being fighter of the year?
Maybe not, but Charles Oliveira is a good choice.
I
He's
like
a
Charles
great
Oliveira.
Option. Cyril Gahn, of course. Juliana Pena with her big
See,
upset.
okay, so here's the deal. I can go for the Juliana Pena thing because
Kayla Harrison.
here's what I'm thinking is she absolutely shocked the world when it came down to her fight with Amanda Nunes, the lioness, the deadliest woman on planet Earth, right up. She's ahead, obviously, of Valentina Shevchenko, the 2 deadliest women in the world. You can throw Rose Namajunas in there if you want. I'm partial to Rose.
Valentina now, after that fight.
But is Valentina better? Like, do now you schedule? So I think you have to run it back. You have to get the run back from the Nunes Pena fight. And then depending on who wins, I think the Valentina Shevchenko fight has to be the next one, correct? Because I think they fought, twice already?
Mm-hmm.
But I think because you've now made God bleed in the form of Juliana Pena versus Amanda Nunes, you've made God bleed now. What's the old 300 line? You don't believe in a God once God bleeds or something like that?
Whoa,
When he made Xerxes bleed, Xerxes wasn't a god. You know why? Because gods don't bleed.
Yeah, Xerxes, that sick movie, by the way.
Sick movie. So, actually, my producer's telling me it's his favorite movie ever. He definitely said that. Don't let him shake his head. He definitely said that.
It's a good movie.
I think that you have to run that fight back because Amanda Nunes gets another shot. That's just when you're the long reigning champ, you don't just get then tossed to the bottom.
Yeah, she accepted the rematch against Pena.
That one's going to be run back, which will be interesting.
I
also
very quickly. I didn't love that fight. I mean, I blew my mind when it happened, but I didn't like the quick tap by Nunes there.
Well, that was so weird to watch because why would
Very
Nunes tap unless she knew she was done?
Yeah.
Because there was no submission on her. I mean, yeah, she had a little bit of her neck, but there wasn't like an actual submission tucked into that.
Yeah.
She just tapped.
Yeah, good for Juliana Pena, not my fighter of the year. Great story.
That's win of the year.
You're the
that
champ.
Is,
enjoy.
that story. That's probably
enjoy your
story or
belt.
upset of the year. I'd give
Enjoy
that
your
upset
belt.
of the year.
Good choice. So Blake, give me your freaking fighter of the year. Jesus.
Fighter of the year.
Come on. We gotta have it.
Who knows? Maybe I give it. Maybe I go down the
Kazmat?
ranks. Maybe I go to.
Sean Tom Brady? Do I
Maybe-
need to throw some names?
Maybe
at
I
you?
go Jeff Molina.
Jeff Molina?
Just making huge strides in impressive fashions, breaking records every fight that he's fought this year, and is going to be one of the top 15 fighters, if not already.
Okay.
Bilal Muhammad said he was already his favorite fighter.
Yeah, but then Bilal
And then
Muhammad
and
backtracked.
then he backtracked and,
then
said somebody else is my favorite fighter. Then Jeff said,
You
"Oh my
know,
God, I thought you
Bilal's a
said
fair
I
weather
was."
kind of guy.
Yeah, he is. So
You're a Kazmat kind of guy because you picked Kazmat, and then you're Jeff Molina.
Jeff Molina, good friend of the show.
Great
good,
friend of the show,
great
yeah.
friend of the show. We've
Is
spoken,
that why you picked him?
I mean,
Okay. Well, hey,
no, I picked him because his wins are extremely impressive.
you're right. You're right.
For
on
somebody
that.
who
Yep.
stepped into the octagon at one, such a lightweight, two, at a young age,
Flyweight.
three, with having the competition and winning in such impressive fashion and doing it at a high strike rate, some of the highest strike rates in the UFC, beating Max Holloway in a couple of those categories. I think it's strikes per minute. He's got 13 or 12
Yeah, I'd have to
significant
see
strikes
the
per minute or
stat.
something. It's something
but-
insane. He broke a couple different records. So, I mean,
Or
Jeff
he's in
Molina
the
is
running
definitely
for-
up there. Jiri Provost?
Ooh,
Should we
I
go
love that
Jiri?
answer.
Jiri
I
Provost?
love
Like,
that answer.
I mean, the guy stepped in and has
Yep.
just been dominant since he stepped foot inside the octagon.
Put himself in a absolute title position with his win over Dominic Reyes. Like,
100%, and it was
he's
impressive.
not touching the ring unless it's a title shot.
Exactly.
And he didn't say that. It's just because of his performances.
Just the way it is.
He's going to have a title shot the next time he steps in the octagon. So Jiri Provost is a fantastic answer. I love it. Modestas Bukauskas, rest in peace. Great name of the show. No longer in the UFC, so he got cut.
Modestas did get cut. Well, that's what happens when you lose.
Well, unlucky Modestas Bukauskas. Okay.
I
Will
mean,
forever live
shout
on.
out though to. I mean, shout out though to the man, the legend, the old man, Glover Teixeira.
Glover. Yeah.
Glover took a championship belt from a Jan Blachowicz that just came off beating an Israel Adesanya. A Jan Blachowicz that beat.
Yep. Yeah. Good transition from Jiri because
Yeah,
that
I mean,
that sets up the
it's the same
Glover
division.
and
I
Jiri
think-
fight.
I mean, do you run
Sets it
back
up.
the Teixeira Blachowicz fight? Blachowicz?
No.
No, you don't because I thought it
No,
was pretty.
because they already signed. They already signed. Jan is gonna fight. I think Anthony Smith
It looks like that. That looks the rankings look about right.
and maybe Anthony Smith, but Rakic. Rakic. is
Yeah,
up
Alexander
there.
Rakic.
Rakic is fantastic. Bro.
Yeah.
Rakic and Jiri in a perfect world, Rakic and Jiri fight each other for the title shot or fight each other for the title because
Yeah.
Glover's 40 years old.
Exactly.
But since Glover is the champion, it's going to be Jiri. So
And who's somebody who's sitting
and
right out.
that's- We got a long way down the line.
As I
think,
say,
for
somebody's
that,
sitting
so-
right outside the ring, licking his chops. Is Magomed Ankalaev.
Yep,
So-
he looked great too this year. You're right.
The light
Magomed
heavyweight
Ankalaev
division right now is looking
fantastic.
very good.